Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng. Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast and on X at DominionCast. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live? Like never before. Book the OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram at Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice.
The international break are finally over and we have football back in our view. You're welcome to Dominion Sport, where we talk all things sport right here on Dominion Television, your channel of choice. This wonderful morning we'll be looking at everything sport on the show, and I am Paul Abe Toluwanimi, and I have the expert analyst himself, Samson Balogun. They call him the official captain, the man with unbiased analysis. Also have Fola Yegbe, the woman that talks sport on the show, ready to break things down for us with top-notch analysis. Also, this morning we'll be looking at the local front like we do it on the show every day. We have stories making the rounds from the MPFL match day 4 fixtures, and also we'll be taking a dive straight into the camp of Shooting Stars, what to expect ahead of the away clash against Rivers United. Also, we have stories coming through from Rivers United camp at their weight at their opponent at the CAF Champions Cup. Also, we'll be looking at other stories making the rounds this morning in the world of sport. Remember, the Premier League is back, the Serie A also, the German Bundesliga, the French Ligue 1, and also the Spanish La Liga. All this and more on the show this wonderful morning. Samson, good morning to you.
Yeah, top of the morning to you, Tolu, and it's really nice to be here to talk sport again. Good morning to you too. And to our esteemed viewers out there, we say good morning to you and thank you for joining us on today's edition of Dominion Sport. And this is where we bring you biased analysis and most definitely on the Luther Report.
All right, Afolagbe, good morning to you.
Good morning to you. I've been asking you both since, what is for this weekend? What are we doing this weekend?
Honestly speaking, there's a whole lot to do this weekend, and I'm sure we are packed and ready for what to expect this weekend. But now we did on the show, we're going to look straight from the local front this wonderful morning, and let's look at the fixtures coming through from the MPFL. Fixtures ahead of match day 4. There you have it on the screen. We have Bendel Insurance against Niger Tornadoes right there on their home turf on Saturday, 13th of September. And also we have Plateau United going to open the game right here on Sunday against Remo Stars. Going to be a key fixture right there. We have Kano Pillars against Rangers United, where they have, we also have a story from their camp of their coach moving to another side. Also we have Kun Khalifa. They're going to welcome El Kanemi Warriors. We're going to have Rivers United take on Shooting Stars. We're going to have Abia Warriors against Castina United. We have Wari Wolves against Kwara United. We have Nasarawa against Wiki Tourist. We have Bayelsa United against Eyimba. And we have Ikorodu City. They're going to welcome Barua FC. Samson, let's kick off with Bendel Insurance against Niger Tornadoes. For you, how do you anticipate this game, on Saturday for Bendel Insurance?
Well, I think it's going to be a very big problem for Bendel Insurance, judging by the fact that Niger Tornadoes came out of nowhere, came back to the NPFL, and they have been doing really fine. But most definitely, you are going to see a battle between a returnee and a team struggling to maintain, their stand in the NPFL. So Bendel Insurance, they have not really. They have also not been too
good this
season. People would expect them to actually do well, especially we're still having players like Kayode Osho in that team and some other players like that. Amas Obasoje should be back, so they should have all the players in their arsenal ready for Niger Tornadoes. Yeah. I see that this might be the time for Niger Tornadoes to drop points this season because Bendel Insurance would want to prove a point. The last time they played at home, they played against Shooting Stars, and then they had a draw against Shooting Stars with Ismail Ayobami, getting the away goal for Shooting Stars right there. So many people actually expected, they were going to defeat Shooting Stars, just like we always have this back and forth between teams in the Southwest and Southeast and South-South. So when they play, you hold on to your home ground, I hold on to my home ground, but that did not happen for Bendel Insurance. So I do believe that, if Bendel Insurance are not careful, Niger Tornadoes might just, get at least a point away from them. But if they are fully prepared for this encounter, if all their players are intact, no injuries, I see them at least also getting, maximum 3 points.
Yeah, and you look at the record ahead of this one against Bendel and Niger Tornadoes. The last time they faced each other, Bendel was on top. They won that game 3-0 right there. And for you, Samson, quick one. And looking at the away teams this season, going, playing. You see Remo Stars playing Plateau United. You see Rangers against Kano Pillars. You see El Kanemi against Kun Khalifa. You see Shooting Stars, Castina. All these away teams, you know how it is in the MPFL with away teams not picking up, major points. Do you think match day 4 will be different for away teams going to face, the home teams right there in the MPFL?
Well, I think we have some away teams that might just, get some points away from home this weekend. Eyimba, for example, will be traveling to Bayelsa. They have a lot to prove, and most definitely, I think Eyimba might be able to get a result. Bayelsa have been
good this season. It's going to be a tough one.
It's going to be a tough one, but I see Eyimba getting results away from home. Even if not all 3 points, at least they should be able to grind out a draw. And also, you talk about Rangers traveling to Kano. Kano is struggling. Rangers is not that bad this season, just that they have been a little bit unlucky when it comes to creating chances and converting them. So I see Rangers going to Kano and getting 3 points if Kano Pillars are not careful. But if we are talking about a team that is almost certain to get a result away from home, that will be Remo Stars. They are the defending champions. Plateau United, they have been
really
nothing to write home about this season. And playing at home, Remo Stars are, just like they did to Kun Khalifas when they traveled to Imo to get all 3 points. They might just do the same for Plateau United. I don't see Plateau United getting anything from that
even on their own turf.
They have been struggling. And Remo Stars, I think I once mentioned the fact that there's a different thing. There's a difference, distinct difference between a good team and a great team. Now, when a good team plays, they entertain, they play good football, but they might just not get the results.
And the likes like that.
So they do all that. But when a great team needs just a point,
no
matter how difficult the opponent is, they get it out. And if they need all 3 points, no matter how sacrificing how they play, just to get the result. So that might be the case for Remo Stars. They did the same thing for Kun Kalifat. You did not see the flamboyant kind of play you would normally see Remo Stars do. But when they needed all 3 points, yes, they got a goal, pegs back, and then they got another one. And they stuck to that, and that was all. 2-1, it ended. But I want to believe that same thing will happen. On Sunday, Remo Stars will get all 3 points away to.
So it doesn't matter if they play good football. It's just a 3 point that matters.
They are just going to get
amazing. For you, we are going to look at Ikorodu City against Barua, the newly promoted side of Barua FC. Coming to play in Lagos, right there at Ikorodu City, and look at Ikorodu City's form this season. Also, they don't have any 3 points yet. From the 3 games, but right now, they've drawn all 3. But right now, they welcome Barua FC. Do you think this is going to be an easy run for them against the newly promoted side?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Do you know the reason? Because Barua FC has been a surprise for us this season. They're newly promoted side, and they've impressed us. We've been impressed with their style of play. Yes, they might not be the great kind of play, but they have been getting the points. You understand? Even if they did not get the 3 points.
Yes, even if it's just 2 points from 3 games already.
Even if they did not get those 3 points, but still, they're still impressing us. So, do I think Barua FC is going to make
things difficult?
Yes, I do. I do. And Ikorodu City, with their style of play this season, they've not been.
You look at the goals not coming in for them. Exactly. It's just 1 goal this season, for them, and at this point, against Shooting Stars. So, for now.
So do I? No.
It's amazing. All right. For me, I know it's going to be. I don't understand an easy ride for Ikorodu City, but I know all 3 points is what they will be looking forward to against Barua FC. But I'm expecting a big fight from the newly promoted side against Ikorodu City.
I think you are getting it wrong in one area. You think Barua FC will go to Ikorodu. Yes, Ikorodu have not been really doing well, but when they see a team that they know that they are superior to, they are most definitely going to show what they are made of. So I don't see Barua FC going to Ikorodu getting anything from there.
No, I'm also hold on. It's me now. Now hold on, Samson. Now you talk about Ikorodu City that have not scored not up to 5 goals this season, just 1 goal, and they are struggling. You watch the game against Shooting Stars, not fantastic, good play from Ikorodu City that we know last season, and Barua FC. You look at their run in form also, they are getting in the goals. So it's definitely going to be a good run of form for them against Ikorodu City.
For Barua FC this season, their fixtures so far, they played a 0-0 draw against the Yimba. They lost 2-0 against Bayelsa United. And 1-0 draw against Bendel Insurance. That's the only goal they have gotten so far this season. And they are not different to Ikorodu City. But in terms of experience and quality of players they bring to the
agree.
And the fact that Ikorodu will be playing at home. So Ikorodu City, yes, they have not been doing fine, but that does not take away the quality of players in that team.
It doesn't
the
take
master
away
class of
Shola
Adelani.
Barua FC also have in their locker this season.
I do not believe Barua FC will go to and get a result.
Okay, I'm going to put it to you. I'm going to put it to you.
It's going to be a stroll in the park.
It's not going to be a stroll in the park. We're going to be here on Monday and we're going to look at it again. And I'm going to remind you that it's not going to be a stroll in the park. It's going to be a big one against Barua FC, against Ikorodu City. And we'll be here to talk about it. All right, let's move away from that. Let's talk update from Shooting Stars, our darling Shooting Stars club, ahead of Rivers United, and we are pumped up to see what's going to happen right there away from home. Samson Balogun, the man that knows Shooting Stars in and out. For you, how do you see this game plan out for Nuruddin Aweroro? A must-win game. Is it possible to pick up all 3 points away from home against Rivers United, looking at the form of Rivers United this season?
I think the most important thing for Shooting Stars to be looking at right now is the mental state of all the players. If care is not taken, I'm coming. I have a point.
Yeah,
I know where I'm driving.
I know, right?
If you are going to play against Rivers United, on the back of the lackluster performances we have seen from Shooting Stars this season, 3 games played so far, 2 points, and they even lost at home, got a draw from home, and then draw the other one at home. And we have seen a little bit of fluid football from Shooting Stars. We have seen some free-flowing football, just that we could not see it at a stretch. The first 20 minutes against the Ikorodu City at home was really superb. You would expect them to continue from there, but they couldn't. Now, why I'm talking about the mental state of the players is the fact that you know you are not doing too well this season.
Yeah.
And you have to play against one of the best teams in the league. So what that tells you is the fact that some players might be dwarfed by their own mind, thinking they are not up to par, they are not up to standard to play against these players. Now, the most important thing for them to tell the psychologists to tell the players is, yes, at this point, you guys, you have not been doing well. Yes, we understand, but Rivers United is not better than Shooting Stars. You can get the result. So they have to be pumped up. They have to be psyched to be in the best possible position in terms of state of mind to grind out results. Now, for the coach, I think he should also look in the area of playing his best legs. I want to believe that, you know, when you are playing against a team like Rivers United, you put your best foot forward. And I want to believe we will see players like Bola Gade, regardless of what team you are playing at home the following week. This is not the time to rest the players and say, oh, we have a game to play. There's no game as important as the one you are playing next. So the next game is the most important one, regardless of what fixture you have ahead of Rivers United. So you prepare as strong as possible for this one. I want to see players like Galifa, Bola Gade, Adilowo, maybe Desmond back in the team in central defense, and Alamin dropped back, and then Utin continuing as left back, because we saw his work rate and how many chances he blocked against Ikorodu City.
But how many chances can he create is the question now.
Yes, if you block, see, one of the primary rules, you know, you must fulfill on the field of play is as long as you have not conceded, you have a chance of winning the game. But the moment you concede, you are only struggling to equalize and maybe stay at par with your opponent, and then that's when you think of winning. So as long as you are not losing, there's a chance you are going to win. But if you are already losing, what comes to your mind is, let's just be able to get a draw from this game. And after getting a draw, oh, we still have time, we can still win. So everything is a step you know, at a time. And you know, going to that game too, I want to see Ayobami Jr. Yes, you want to say, oh, you want to rest him. He has been around for some time. Ayobami Jr., Alex Agawa, and Kabiru Tijani in midfield will be a rock-solid midfield partnership. All these three. Ayobami is the dazzler in the team. Kabiru is also a dazzler, but you know, he has the physique and he can also defend. Alex Agawa will be a solid DM for Shooting Stars going into that game. So that three defensive partnership in midfield, those three players can actually do wonders. Then you leave Ismail up front, and most definitely Sadiq, and maybe Joshua Akpan or Agba. That is Mohamed. I want to remember his other name. So you play them up front. One thing that the front line brings is stability. All these players up front can defend as much as they can attack. So if you put them there, meaning that you have at least 3 extra defenders on the field of play who are playing as attackers. So when they create chances, there's a chance they will score. And when you're on the back foot, they come back and defend with the team. So it will be mass attack, mass defense for Shooting Stars. That's the only way they can survive playing at Rivers United.
All right, for you, Fola, we are looking at the head-to-head game against these two teams. Shooting Stars, you know, against Rivers United. The last time they faced was a goalless draw. You look at Rivers United also, you know, in the year 2014. Yes, the one that won to Shooting Stars. Looking at the head-to-head again, Rivers United also picking up a victory, then Shooting Stars, you know, coming out on top. You know, but in the last 3-4 games, it's been Rivers United, you know, with a little win ahead of that one against Shooting Stars. Do you see you know, them still having this momentum and the drive that they have this season? You know, you look at the last 3 games, is 1 win, 2 draws, and you know, on their home front, just 1 goal conceded this season. Defensively, they are good. You know, attack-wise, you know, maybe not getting in the goal, but as Samson said earlier, he said it doesn't matter how you play. The most important is how you get the results, and they're getting the result right now. Do you see them still having that edge ahead of Shooting Stars in this tie?
Yes, I do. Because, okay, the season is more or less relative. It's still new. It's still early. It's still early. But yes, I do. I think they still have the momentum because, like you said, their players are still, you know, their heads are still in the right place right now. So, yes, I think things are going to be difficult for Shooting.
Away from home.
Yeah, away from home.
Okay, so
Rivers
quick one. Give me your predictions. Shooting Stars against Rivers United.
Please don't let me.
Yeah, come on.
Rivers United is going to definitely.
Something for you.
Yeah, maybe a 1-0 for the two teams.
Just nick it through. They might just nick it through. 1-0. A draw.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right.
For
me, yes, I just feel that this is going to be a rejuvenated side against Rivers United. And I think it's just going to set Shooting Stars ahead of the season to come. And I see a win against Rivers United. And it's going to be a 1-0. 1-0, maybe 2-1, but I know Shooting Stars are going to pick up that victory ahead of Rivers United. We'll be back here on Monday to discuss that. Let's take more stories making the news this morning. FIFA's appoint a Gambian technocrat to oversee talent development in Nigeria. Right here on the show, we talk about how we want to see things happen in Nigerian sport, and I'm sure Samson's mind is like, what's happening? But I'm sure he will be here to break it down for us properly. And Fola also, FIFA appoint Gambian technocrats to oversee talent development in Nigeria and other countries. World Football Governing Body, FIFA, has appointed Gambian football technocrat Mata Gobi, yes, as the Senior Talent Identification Program Manager for African under its height performance program. The appointment, which was announced on Thursday, is part of FIFA's ongoing drive to strengthen its talent development initiative across the continent. Yes, Gobi, a former coach of the Gambian under-20 team, will work closely with FIFA's Chief of Global Football Development, Arsene Wenger, and other senior figures in the organization. According to FIFA, Boge would be responsible for designing and implementing a continental talent identification strategy with a focus on discovering and nurturing young players in Africa, including Nigeria and other emerging football nations. His mandate would include coordinating talent scouting programs and partnership with members associations, sporting elite youth academies and grassroots football structures, helping Federation establish modern pathways for young players to transition into professional footballers. And he's saying, I am honored to take up this role with FIFA. Africa is blessed with incredible football talent, and I look forward to working with all stakeholders to give young players the platform they deserve, he said. Samson, here you have it. FIFA are looking inward and saying Africans have that talent. But we Africans, we believe that, we have the talent, but we don't have the structure to grow the talent. Now they are saying you don't have the structure. We have somebody that can try to implement it, and we want to help out with the structure. There you have it. It's set to take on and bring a new dawn to African football and also for Nigeria.
You see, some might want to say, oh, why would you appoint a Gambian to oversee activities in Nigeria? Well, I'm not of that same school of thought. I believe, whoever is capable to lead should be given the role, based on merit. So I want to believe he was chosen based on merit because, and then, there's this usual thinking that, everything has to come to Nigeria. Don't forget that this is not limited to Nigeria. It's Nigeria and other African countries. So, meaning it doesn't have to be a Nigeria at the helm of affairs. And, of course, on occasions, when Nigerians have been given these rules, have they really performed? You could remember the other time when Sonny Lulu, Ogujobi were given rules, eventually ended up in the case of fraud. Someone took bribes and that, and then they brought disgrace to the country. Some of them were banned from actually, occupying any position
roles,
under FIFA or even
CAF.
So I have, always been an advocate of if a Nigerian is qualified, put him there. But I do not see, right now, someone who can fill that capacity. Do not forget, I would have loved to see a Samson Siasia getting this kind of role. He's quite familiar when it comes to age-grade football. He would definitely know how to scout talent. But recently, Samson Siasia too was suspended. On fraud. Was even banned. Suspension is an understatement. Was banned, and that has to do with fraud too. So now, if you place all qualified Nigerians on the table, which one
is worthy?
Should get the role. So I am not really, concerned about who got the job. What I'm concerned about is how do we execute it. Now, as a Nigerian, you have not been given the job. So the person that has gotten the job is not a Nigerian.
Yeah,
so
how do you support?
you have to support this person. And the advice is to not frustrate these people.
I agree.
I think there was a time FIFA started this FIFA Go project in Nigeria.
Yes.
And then they were building,
small medium-sized pitches
in some communities.
Across, yes.
Some Nigerians frustrated that, project.
That project, yeah.
There was a place in Lagos where some people are saying they are the area boys in that community. So if you don't give us money, you cannot build any facility. Is Sepp Blatter or Gianni Infantino, Jerome Valcke going to come there to play football? I don't think so. It's never going to. Is Patrick Motsepe going to come there to play football? Yeah, I do not think so.
For the development of the country.
So sometimes when I see where Nigerians place their priorities,
I weep
for the country Nigeria. Most of the times we are blinded by immediate things that we want. An average Nigerian wants things to happen, almost immediately. So that is where we embark on this fire brigade approach when we want to attend to issues. It is always about what's happening now. But how about what's happening in the next 5 years? Even when we now decide to plan ahead, we still eventually, one way or the other,
at the end of the day,
disrupt the plan.
Now,
take for example the Vision 2020 we had about 20 years ago.
Come on.
Where is Vision 2020 today? This is 2025. Millennium Development Goal, that was 2000. By 2000, we should have achieved this. What happened to that? So it's an average Nigerian is not prepared to plan for a long term. They are always short-term when it comes to thinking, and I do believe that we should, extend that a little bit further. Because anybody that wants growth, it's not about what happens now. It's about what happens in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. We have seen people in other countries, they are planning for 40 years. They have a grand master plan for 40 years.
True.
Some are planning for 20 years. In 20 years, we want to do this, and they are putting everything in place. All hands are on deck to achieve it. But what happened in Nigeria, it is, we are going to the World Cup next month, and they are running now to achieve it. How about, the World Cup has finished. We have another one in 4 years. We have qualifying series before then. How prepared are we to execute these games one after the other until we get to the World Cup? Some countries do it. Why not Nigeria? See what we are saying now with the qualification. It is during qualification we were thinking about how much are these players going to get, when are they going to get it, when you had 4 years to prepare. But nobody, it is until it has happened. They will now start running around. So I want to employ everyone involved. It's a time to support.
Full support.
Regardless of where he's from, what he's here to do, as long as his goals align with that of the country called Nigeria, we have always advocated that grassroots football should be encouraged. And if that is our goal, I think FIFA aligns with that. We should And they shouldn't have the mindset of their pocket at this point in time. It should not be. This is not the time for you to ask what will I be. An average Nigerian will ask you when you ask them to do something.
What's my game? What's my game? What's my problem? I can't be working and I don't gain. And at this point in time, but I think I think even need to start looking inward. In the situation of Nigeria and Nigerian sport, I think it's going to be the best for us going forward. Let's take more stories as to making the news in sport. There we have it. We have NNL Sporting Lagos announced new head coach ahead of the commencement of the 2025-2026 Nigerian National League NNL season. Sporting Lagos have announced the appointment of Jeffrey Botta as its new head coach. Botta took over Shola Adegun, who departed the team for MPFL side Plateau United, is expected to lead the Lagos-based side back to Nigerian top flight division. Confirming the appointment, the club said Coach Jeff joined in 2023 as the academy assistant and played a key role in our 2024 Goita Poma Trophy win. He stepped up to the first team last season as assistant coach and now takes the helm of the head coach. He holds the English FA and Scottish FA license and is currently completing his UEFA license right here. There you have him, Fola. For you, Jeffrey Botta, looking at the credentials he has, does it look like he can bring Sporting Lagos back to the MPFL?
Well, I think so. I hope so. Let me be the hopeful one because, you know, over the years he has been with the club for some time. He has been able to know the club. He has been able to know the players. So I think he should be
the best.
Sound. Shouldn't. I'm not saying it should be the best, but I am hoping he would be good enough to bring them back to the NPFL.
Something for you, Jeffrey Butter, you know, wonderful coach. Look at what he did with Sporting Lagos as an assistant coach with, you know, coach at the Goon, but right now is the head coach. Can he bring them back to the NPFL?
You know, there are two things, you know, in his favor. Maybe let me put it into three. He has been patient. He is qualified. He has several licenses, UEFA, FIFA,
English, Scottish.
He's qualified.
He's qualified, yeah.
And then he has been with the team for a long time, meaning that he knows the house style, he understands what the team is about, you know, he knows the tradition. So all these three things will help him. I just want to say this, that, you know, we have seen so many coaches who just have their CAF C license or B license, and then they are already looking to coach the NPFL team. You know, but this man traveled abroad to study, knows exactly what he wants to do for himself. But even at that, with all the qualification he has, he started small. And he started growing and growing and growing until he eventually got the job to be the head coach of Sporting Lagos. Yeah. So those three things will work in his favor. Patience as a coach. If you're not patient, you cannot achieve anything. And you know, knowing the house style, knowing how they play, understanding the team, I think he has that on his side right now. And most definitely is qualified when it comes to, you know, certificates. Most times people will say, oh, certificates do not win titles.
Yeah, true.
But they do win titles. Let me put it that way, because if what you don't know, you don't give.
True.
He has been there. He studied to be here. And he has, you know, promoted himself one way or the other, got promoted through the ranks in the team, and is now the head coach. So I do believe that he stands, you know, the chance. You know, we talk about the recent emergence of young coaches.
We said that yesterday.
NLO, NNL, and most definitely the NPFL. So we are beginning to see that, and I think this will be the rise of another young coach, just like Paul Ofo, you know, Daniel Ogumodede, Fidelis Ilechukwu, and some other coaches, like even Nurudin Awero, you know, we want to see that, you know, play out in the NPFL.
All right, we hope that, we're hoping for the best, and we hope that Jeffrey Butter can take Sporting Lagos back to top flight football right there in the NPFL. Let's move away from that. Let's look straight into the camp of Rivers United, where it's just 8 days to kick off of the 2025-2026 CAF Champions League preliminary round. Rivers United of Nigeria are yet to know the identity of their opponent from the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Port Harcourt-based club were drawn to face a team from DR Congo in the opening phase of African Premier League competition, but uncertainty has persisted over which club will represent the Central African nation. According to report, the Congolese Football Federation is yet to officially submit the name of its Champions League representative to the Confederation of African Football, CAF. The delay is believed to be linked to an ongoing administrative crisis within the country football structure, coupled with lingering security issues that disrupted the conclusion of their domestic league. CAF had earlier directed all federations to confirm their participation in both the Champions League and Confederation Cup by the end of August, but DR Congo has not met the deadline yet. Rivers United sole entry in this year's CAF have continued preparations in Port Harcourt while awaiting clarity. At this point in time, Samson, the round of the 2026-2025 CAF Champions League is scheduled to kick off September 19, with the first leg fixtures spread across the continent. And at this point in time, Rivers United do not know the club they're going to face.
Well, I do not think there's anything to worry about for Rivers United.
So if it doesn't happen,
of course, mostly if
easy run for Rivers
cannot provide a team, it's a walkover for Rivers United. They are on to the next one.
On to the next one,
But then this is the African thing.
Yeah, I was about saying that.
It's usually like that.
Come on.
You know, when you talk about countries in the CENAC line, you know, when an opponent is not clear in this situation, it will either they will put Chelsea, Manchester United to play Chelsea / Liverpool. Meaning between Chelsea and Liverpool, you know,
one
of these clubs will be there.
Yeah.
So you begin to prepare for the two.
Yeah, definitely.
So when eventually one team is cleared to play against you, you know, oh, we are playing against your also team. But at least you have in mind, you're already preparing. So how do you scout your opponent to know how they play, where they play, what is their style of play like, how does the coach think when he wants to substitute, things like that. These are how you study the job of a match analyst. But the match analyst for Rivers United right now is probably just sitting folding his hands.
Maybe chill.
Because there's nothing to do. Because how do you start analyzing 4-5 teams that equally have equal chances of qualifying to play against Rivers United? So I just want to I want to know. I think CAF will still release that. What was the deadline given to this team? If there were deadlines, as this deadline been met, if it has been met, then disqualify whichever team that has not been, pushed forward, and there should be sanctions. There was a time, I think that was during COVID, everyone had that problem.
Honestly, the deadline was the ending of August, end of August, yes. And so, I'm sure we are almost the second week of September.
So I don't think Rivers United should be worried, unless CAF wants to play abracadabra with you.
Abracadabra.
There was a deadline which some teams met, and if they could not meet that in DRC, I don't think it is anybody's problem. CAF should just come out and say, look, this has happened, and then we cross it. We're having the same issue with FIFA too. A team fielded an ineligible player, 3 points is to be deducted according to the standard rule. And nobody has said a thing about it. So I think communication is very key, because when you don't communicate, you are miscommunicating. So I do want to believe that something is being done to actually, put an end to this crisis.
All right, let's take more stories still making the round in the world of sport this morning. There you have it. Kano Pillars now have a new... Kano Pillars have confirmed the departure of coach Abubakar Musa to newly established Kano Football Club Bichi First FC. He was unveiled as the club new technical advisor by the club president, Honorable Abubakar Kabil. Abubakar Bichi is also the member representing Bichi in the Federal House of Representatives. According to Kano Pillars, we extend our heartfelt best wishes to our coach Abubakar Musa as he embarks on a new chapter with the Bichi First FC. Coach Abubakar has been an integral part of our technical crew, and his dedication, hard work and passion for the game has left a lasting impact on the club. We'll truly miss Coach Abubakar, and thank you for your service to the Sai Musa Gida family, and we wish you nothing but the best. It will be recalled that the Bichi First FC recently purchased the slot of Kano Ambassadors FC right there in the Nigeria National League NNL for the 2025-2026 season. Something, 10 seconds on that, quickly.
Well, I think it's a good thing that we are beginning to see influx of newly, established teams, especially privately owned teams. This team is owned by, a sitting House of Reps member. Barao FC is owned by Senator Barao Jibril, and we do hope that we will see more like that. Ranchers Bees is coming back. These are things we want to see. But leaving Kano Pillars for this team, I think the project must be really, mouth-watering and attractive to him. And he must have been promised a lot of things that he felt at Kano Pillars he wouldn't be able to get. So it's actually good when people take up challenges. I think it's a new challenge for him. Just like everyone would say, this is his dream club, and he's already there. Every player, every coach, it's always their dream to coach a particular team or the other. So Bichi First is his dream club, and he's there now. I would really be glad to see.
I'm sure. Honestly speaking, I think our focus is really going to be on NNL. There you have Jeffrey Botta with Sporting Lagos. Now you have another young coach also here, Bichi First side. So we're going to see so much there in the NNL, and young coaches, trying to do great things to bring their club to top flight football. We have so much to discuss on the show this morning, but the image you're going to see right now is the image of Nigeria's friendly game against Venezuela. We're not going to talk too much on that, but there you have it on the screen. Thank you, my producer. International friendly against Venezuela. It's going to happen November 14, 8 p.m. is the time, and just ahead of the preparation for the AFCON. And also remember Venezuela also having, they still have, I'm trying to understand why Samson and Afola are not excited about this, but come on, is the Shell Energy Stadium is going to happen, and it's just preparation ahead for the AFCON, and also Venezuela also trying to prepare ahead for that one. Let's move away from that. Let's take more stories. Right now, we're going straight into the Premier League, and we are looking at the stories right there. And the quick one, Samson, let's have the Premier League fixtures pop up on the screen. There you have it. We're going to have Manchester United against Manchester City. That's a big one. The Manchester derby. Something yesterday you said, not that the two teams are any good this season. But before that, let's look at what's going to happen on Saturday. The early kickoff, Arsenal against Nottingham Forest. And remember, Nottingham Forest with the new manager, Ange Postecoglou. Yes, speaking yesterday, saying, come on, in my first season, yes, I've won titles with Celtic. I remember Arsenal also having injury crisis. For you, Samson, early kickoff, is it going to affect Arsenal with the injury crisis, and also Nottingham Forest new manager? Do you think it's going to rejuvenate them back into the season?
I think it's going to be a problem for Arsenal Football Club.
At Emirates Stadium.
Yes, yes, it's going to be a really big problem for them, because Nottingham Forest last season they did exceptionally well. They have had deep in form this season, but that doesn't mean the players in the team have left. So they have a new coach who is going to maybe boost their morale and say, look, these guys, they are not better than you. You finished just below them last season, and you can do way better this season. So there might be a little bit of morale booster right there. And then when you check, the long history of the English Premier League, you realize any game played on Saturday at that time is usually not a very good one, especially for punters and for people, the white paper boys. They really do not love placing their money where their mouth is not. So I do want to believe that that's another reason why it's going to be a problem. So early kickoff on Saturdays, they are usually landmines for teams.
All right. Quick one. Let's take a look at the fixtures. For you, Fola, we're going to take Brentford against Chelsea. Enzo Maresca looking to pick up all 3 points away from home. But to head that we have right here, Brentford, the last time they played that was a goalless draw. Chelsea making that one through in 2024 season. 2-1. They played at the 2-2 draw. Brentford picking up their straight wins in the year 2023. For you, I know history might not, play out in this game, looking at the form that Chelsea are and also Brentford. But for you, do you think Enzo Maresca, can achieve victory, 3 points? And also, what do you think about Brentford, playing Chelsea? Quickly.
I think they will. I think they will teach. They will teach. I'm sorry. I'm not saying Brentford players don't know how to play, but I think they will teach them how to play. Because that's what Chelsea has been doing this season. They've been teaching their opponents. Okay, you scored against us, but okay, we'll teach you how to score more. We'll teach you how to score more and how to defend those goals, because their defense is good. Their forwards are good. So I don't think Chelsea would I do not want to think Chelsea
will struggle. Okay, all right. Quick one, Samson, and let's dive straight into the big game on Sunday, the Sunday clash between Manchester City and Manchester United. Samson, for you, how do you envisage this game for Pep Guardiola and Ruben Amorim ahead of the tie right there? Quick one, let's look at the next picture. There you have looking at the teams, how they sit on the table this season. No, not this, the fixture of Manchester City. Thank you. There you have Manchester United on 9 points, and you have Manchester City on 13 points. And you look at Ruben Amorim, start against Pep Guardiola, fantastic one. Do you think he can do this against them?
I think there isn't too much difference between these two teams so far. 4 and 3 points so far this season. I think it's really, they have been disastrous when it comes to expectation. They have not really met expectation this season. Pep Guardiola, released some of the quality players that could have been really useful. I think I saw a post yesterday that said, I regret selling CP, that, he was not really that good when he was at Manchester City, but now he's at Chelsea, and he's everything he dreams of as a midfielder to be in his team. Most definitely they lost Kevin De Bruyne too, and some other players like that. And Rodri came back into the team, and we have not really seen his impact. Rodri, Now, the question now is, was he a fluke last season? I think they still have about 35 games to decide that this season. And if that is done, I do not believe Manchester City can defeat Manchester United. They are two struggling teams. When you look at Manchester United and how they played this season, with Konya in the team, if Konya is in the team,
no,
I think there's
Konya is injured.
He's not in the team, so there's a little bit of urgency in how they play.
Yeah.
But without Konya, I think they might just play the boring kind of football, and it will end up in a draw.
So for you, your predictions?
It's going to be maybe a 1-1 draw, 1-0 or 2-2 draw.
A 1-0 or 2-2 draw. For you, Fola, how do you see this one? Your predictions for Manchester City against Manchester United?
Same way, as we said, these are two struggling teams, and at the end of the day, Manchester United, every time they play against this kind of clubs, they always they want to actually prove a point to their fans and to everybody that we are footballers. We are not just ball kickers. So I think this game should actually end up in a win. A win
for Manchester United?
Yes.
All right, for Manchester United, for that's going for a win. For Samson, is going for a draw. Quick one, the next image you're going to see is for Chelsea's clash in the next 5 games. Samson, a difficult run for Chelsea right there this season. Brentford, they have Bayern Munich. Right there in the Champions League, they have Manchester United. And they have right there, they have Lincoln. If I'm correct, yes, Lincoln right here at the EFL Cup. Something for you, Enzo Maresca. How does he pan this one out for himself? Quickly.
I think if they are able to get a victory, you can win all
the games.
But most definitely, if you play against Brentford, get all 3 points. The UEFA Champions League against Bayern Munich, get some points from there, maybe 1, and most definitely Manchester United. I think Manchester United will be a tough test for Chelsea because when Man United, regardless of how poor they are, when they play against the
big teams, they are
always trying to prove a point. But that might not be the case this time around because I don't know if Konya and some other players who are injured
will be back before then.
But Chelsea really have, their full house as we speak. Only a few players, maybe Romeo Lavia and some other players, Liam Delap, who are injured. But the rest are here. Esteval, I think by then Kupama will be back.
It's going to be full house.
So I don't see them escaping Chelsea. But then let's just hope that Chelsea gets as many possible points as possible from this.
All right, that's all we can take on the show this wonderful morning. But you can drop your predictions ahead of the Manchester United derby. The Manchester derby, ahead of Sunday. What are your predictions? Drop it in the comment section and you stand a chance to win right there on Monday if you are correct with your predictions. There you have the Eurobasket ahead of today. We're going to have the Eurobasket semi-final ahead of today. And there you have it, Greece against Germany, and we have Turkey against Finland. And the Eurobasket, for you, your victories, what are you going with to the finals? For that quickly.
Greece and Turkey.
Greece and Turkey. Something for you?
Well,
is it because of Gianni? Is that why you're going for Greece? Gianni Adit, is that why you're going for Greece?
No, Greece over the years, they have a lot of players that have impressed us. So I think Greece, they're going to actually work hard and get that win.
Not to waste time, I think that is the most likely, output you have.
So Greece and Turkey. All right, it's going to be Greece and Turkey right here, the final for both Samson Balogun and Fola Yegbe. The sporting family, that's all we can take this wonderful Friday morning right here on Dominion Television. It's the weekend. I hold you to enjoy yourself for the weekend. Enjoy football. Stay safe. Stay blessed. But before we go, Samson, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Fola Yegbe, thank you so much for joining us. All right, we're going to be here on Monday to talk all things sport, giving the reaction from the weekend. I am Paul Abe Toruanemi, to my producer and the crew. I say big thank you to you. Enjoy Dominion Television, your channel of choice.